Okay, all, I am back, and we're at the top of the second turn. And I hope you like what happened in the first turn. And I know it was kind of long, but I'm trying to get you acclimated and see what the game is. But I think you learned a lot from that last turn, and I'm really looking forward to this turn. And before we get into it, I want to say that in designing Dungeon Crusade, that I wanted to kind of achieve a very whimsical, random, surprising kind of game in a way. Where, if you picture it's like a big machine and there's like just cogs always turning, different cogs, with the encounter deck and what the minions are going to do on the patrol route, just everything, what you're going to do. And I think it's a very cool experience, and I'm just really excited to get this thing done and get it to you and have you enjoy this. Okay, I'm done talking. Let's get into the game because I'm fired up over here. We're at the top of upkeep, right? We're going to test torches to see if they're going to go out. Zeke has a torch. We're going to take a D12. Remember, on a result of 11 or 12, the torch is going to go out. And whoops, I rolled sorry. I'm not going to edit that out. That was the D20. D12. 2. Okay, no, Zeke's torch is perfect. Other thing we have to do, if we used any kind of special abilities, right? No special abilities have been used. We don't have to unchannel anything. So now comes the point where we're going to have to lay out our plan. And, well, let's do these guys first. And I have to say, I'm going to have to this will have to be the last turn because I have a massive update I have to do for Kickstarter. So quite simply, let's move on. Let's take initiative tokens 1 and 2, and let's give them to, we'll have Maheliet go, okay? And then he's with Faith, so we'll have her go. Actually, put him up here in the corner like that. Okay? Now, what should we do first? So, of course, if we were playing, we're going to keep an eye on that Shadow Dweller up there. But we're already waiting for this. For these two, they're going to enter a chamber, so we're going to see some combat. So, let's get initiative tokens 3 and 4, okay? And we're going to give 3 to Sir Brennus over here. Put it down for you. Okay, we're going to give him 3. And then we're going to take initiative token 4 and give that to Palum. Okay, then lastly, remember, we had Enwyn. And they're over here in the Well of Eternity quadrant. And we're going to go into, I'm going to say something when we get to this. This is kind of reckless. Children, don't do what Uncle Groovus does. Don't go into a chamber with a level 2 monster with a single weapon in each of their hands. But let's try it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take initiative token 5 and 6. We're going to give Enwyn 5 and Zeke 6. So there's Enwyn. Give her 5, and then we're going to give Zeke 6. And that's what I was saying. I would never have done this normally. I would have waited for Albus to get them some weapons, so they can dual wield. Because remember, you want them proficient, and you really want them dual equipped to handle whatever is going to come out of that, what's lurking inside that chamber. Okay, so we've laid that out, right? We're all good. What's next? You already know, right? Encounter phase. Let's go over here to the encounter deck, and we're going to draw an encounter card. And we saw this in the Christmas video. This is an event. Remember our symbols there? If a hero is being tracked by a guardian or engaged in any kind of combat, that's not the case. So let's read this. One of the heroes has discovered a chamber which seems to be a chapel-like area in ruins. Upon the east wall is a beautiful fountain with blue water cascading into the basin. The waters will heal a hero for 6 health plus the result of 1d6. Select one hero who will drink from this fountain. This is what I was saying before about encounters. Don't ever think, in a lot of games you hear encounters and they're bad. When I designed this, it's not. You're going to find good and bad and, like interlude cards. So if you remember what happened last turn with Maheliak, he took that when he was opening the coffins. So I think it would be appropriate that we say that that Maheliak has found this. So one of the heroes has discovered a fountain which seems to be a chapel like urn. Okay, so I'm going to choose Mahaliak for this, and we're going to say that maybe there was a chamber that he explored, and he found this, and we're going to see how much healing he did. So here we go. We're going to roll. 2, not the greatest. So from that healing fountain, he recovered 2 health. So we're going to come over here, and we're going to give him 8. So now he's up to 8 health. Perfect. Okay, now up is the guardian phase. And remember, real simple, we're going to come over here. I was really hoping to get a 6 in that fountain, you know that, right? That would have put him up to full health. Oh, well. Oh, my gosh, sorry. Cameron Brown. Thank you, Cameron Brown. I worked with Cameron. I gave him all my prototype stuff I put together for the pictures, for the encounter deck. And I explained this before. I did not want to be lame and just give people text. That's just epically and monumentally lame. I wanted to give you a visual of kind of like what's going on. So Cameron Brown, love you, man. Thank you. We're at the Guardian phase. We are going to roll. Remember, we're going to see if a Guardian is going to spawn. And, whoops, sorry, it's came up 14. So no Guardian is going to spawn, but, you know, this is like a timer. Guardians, you know, we're in the dungeon, and they're going to be making an appearance soon. So we're going to move that down to 18. So, of course, next turn, if an 18 or higher comes up, a Guardian is going to spawn. And you leave that there. If there's a Guardian spawn, you don't move that. Heroes. Over here, this is going to be a quick one right here. Mahaliak, and we're just going to roll because, you know, you remember what they are, or I could tell you. D6 plus a 2. He had initiative token 1. So we're going to move Mahaliak, and we'll move him over here. 1. So he has 1, 2, 3. Base movement of 2 plus 1. And we'll use one more action to move closer to that Blackwood Prowler. 1, 2, how about down here? 3. We're going to hide behind that wall. Next up was Faith, and there's her initiative token. We're going to roll. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She has a base movement of 2 plus 4 is 6. I want to say, too, heroes can move through other heroes, and monsters can move through heroes. They cannot occupy the same space. And there's no diagonal movement. It's always, you know, up, down, left, right. So they're done. Now, we're going to get into some battling here. Sir Brennus has initiative token 3. However, we are going to move Albus. If you remember, Albus was in the village right here. So he is going to be returning to the dungeon with those goods or the items he got. So let's roll for him. He has a base movement of 6 plus the roll of a d6. And here's the d6. I'm trying not to knock over anything because I want you to see the die roll. So his first movement will be back in the dungeon. Okay, so 4 and 6, that would be 10, correct? So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And one more. And then 10 again. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's move this over here. Now, you see that he's right next to Palom. And what we're going to do is we're going to give the items to Palom. And remember, he had it kind of in his satchel there. And so we're going to give her these 2 items. So let's come over here. And now, so, you know, Albus is done. His turn is over. And Palom, whoops, fix that. Okay, so she has the Thieves' Garb on. And she has a dull stiletto. That's a starting weapon. Oh, you can always give starting weapons to other heroes. So say we upgraded her with better stuff, we could give that stiletto to, say, the wizard. All right, so we're going to equip her. And she's putting this in her backpack for right now, the staff, because that's going to go to Sir Brennus. So we're going to give this to her. And then she's dual wielding now. So this is really good. And she has a bonus to Chaos Warfare. So we're going to come over here to Sir Brennus, and he is about to enter into that chamber and do a rally call. Now, when heroes, as you see that we're adjacent here to, you know, they're adjacent to each other. And again, to keep it simple, they can exchange stuff. There's no action involved. It's just a very simple thing. If you were adjacent and it's your turn and a fellow hero has something, you can go ahead and exchange items. That's, it's senseless to make it any more difficult than what it is. So, Halum is going to give the sandalwood staff to Sir Brennus. And remember what my plan was, and it's kind of coming together. I wanted to spec him for this game out to be, good with arcane. So now he has the worn longsword and a staff and the jade ring, which is going to give him a +2 to his arcane warfare, which is at 0. But still, he's going to be able to add +4 to that. And I just think that's a really cool feature, again, to say that you can build your heroes how you see fit. Okay, so hold on. I'm going to have to pause because I'm coming up on the 11-minute mark. I'm sorry, guys. I know it's like, what a cliffhanger. So hold on. I'm going to come back, and we're going to enter that chamber and do a rally call. See you in a second.